So today we're at a place called Sassamat Lake. It's about halfway between Bunsen Lake and Bellicata. And it was so gorgeous when I got here this morning because there was no wind whatsoever. I mean, this lake was just flat. And there's tons of sun, and like it was literally warm. So there's this thing goes across the lake here. Yeah, and I was standing out there and just soaking up the sun. It's probably still nice, but I'm afraid of the wind in the camera, of course. Yeah, but this mountain lake weather is really surprising because it was flat, calm, and then it really blew up for a while. There was a woman running across here, and she was kind of astounded by it too, and she lives here all the time. And now it's sort of mellowed out. I do have my gimbal today, but I don't know, it's not working properly for some reason. I can't get it to. But what I'm going to try to do today, let's give you a little peek to see what it's like over here. That's about the end of the lake that way. White Pine Beach is right over there. There's the wind again. Okay, I'm just going to try to walk around this lake. So when I tried to come up here in the summer, I tried to get a bus from Port Coquitlam, and there were so many young yahoos up here. I just knew just getting out here with them would have been bad enough. But after they came out and got all liquored up and all that, it would have been torture to take the bus out here in the summer. But on a day like this, the bus is like completely empty. And just in case you're thinking of coming here, apparently this is where the yahoos hang out, on this deck here. They monopolize a very nice spot. Yeah, so this is it. This is nice. Real mountain lake country. Just lovely. I have a lot better camera now, but I can't figure out how to hook it up to YouTube. I haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, I hope that this camera's giving some sense of how nice this is here. Signs, everywhere there's signs. Marking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? It's a very nice little stroll down here. Anyway. Ooh. Right across the lake there's a place called Pine Beach, which is where everyone goes. It's where we're gonna go. Lovely. I think that I had the camera zoomed in a little while ago, which means it's going to look absolutely horrible, probably. Probably going to look horrible. This isn't going to capture it at all either. Let's face it. This isn't going to be that great, is it? Which is such a bummer, because the reality is so nice. I mean, God. The color of the leaves just drives me crazy. sort of golden brown, and on a nice sunny day like this, and it's not cold. This is absolutely perfect weather for hiking. I mean, for hiking, what you want is weather where you're not really quite sure if you want your jacket done up completely or not. You know, you want it on. Good walking weather is jacket weather, I think. Just easier to kind of, well, it's easier not to get heat exhaustion. That's what it is. So what we lack in photo technology and skill, perhaps makeup and banter. It's my finger on the microphone again. It's really easy to get down on yourself if you make films, I think, because there's so many things you can do wrong, like forgetting to push the record button. That can be a big one. Or deleting things that you really wish that you hadn't deleted. I gotta say, man, I'm in love with this place, this whole area. Bunsen Lake, Sassamat Lake, Belcata, and then there's trails. There's Diaz Peaks. Diaz is just Spanish for whatever reason. I just decided to throw out 10 peaks. The woman that I was talking to this morning said she didn't know that there were 10 peaks. I didn't know why it's called that. But yeah, I'm in love with this place. Holy shit, this is good, man. Holy fuckaroo. Just wow. And I've already made it some distance away from that bridge. So it's not, walking around here is not a big deal. It's not hilly either. So far, I haven't come across any hills to speak of. Just a totally easy walk. I've probably gone about 15% of the way, I guess. This thing, I started this thing, it's only 5 minutes, so in 5 minutes I got, what did I just say? I think 15%, I would guess 15%. In 5 minutes I got 15%, so multiply that by 6. You could walk around in half an hour, I doubt it. Although we're going to find out, because I'm just going to leave this on until we get to the other end. I'm just going to leave it on, until the battery runs out. And then I'll just measure that against the distance that I traveled and extrapolate from there to the total time that it might take to walk around the lake for me. You could look it up online, but that's more average. I'm probably average speed walker, I think. Maybe, just average. By that I mean there's a lot of people that walk a lot slower. Well, there's a lot of people that walk a lot faster too. There's not that many, but some of the ones that I see. Okay, like let's say if you were going to compare yourself to the fastest walkers, right? We would all be down like around 25% or 30% of what they do. Like I see people that walk out here, they're big, right? They're big, and you can tell that they've been engaged in like varsity sports or something from the time they were in college, you know. They're really fit and healthy and big and strong, right? Men and women. Definitely men and women. You see people on these trails that are just in remarkably good shape. The woman I talked to today was in nice shape. I guess navigation has become a bit of an issue because the trail seems to go uphill. Contrary to what I had just thought might be the case. So that means there's no choice but to walk uphill. Less fun. Unless you're, like the thing is you don't know about hills until you try to walk up them. Most of the time hills are a bit of a drag. But sometimes your fitness gets to a level where you start thinking, should we cut down there? I could jump off this in my dirt bike. But a dirt biker would do that. They would ride their bike off there, for sure. Do that kind of stuff all the time. Do I got it on that? Not very well, right? Yeah, but good BMX riders, of course you know this. Everyone knows this. What if I did it there? No, it's too dark. So what we've got here is a challenging light situation. There, that's how it should be. It's about the amount of sun that I should allow in, and the AF lock is set to about the right place. So everything's hunky-dory on that angle. On that front, I should have said. Everything's hunky-dory on that front. I wonder if I were to just talk about politics on these things, because politics is what I talk about, is what I think about, is what I do. I just watched a movie last night called Midnight in Paris by Woody Allen. Now this I recommend. If you just feel like having some fun and meeting some extraordinary characters and an extraordinary storyline that is 100% fantastical. Like, it couldn't happen. It's a fantasy. About Owen Wilson is the star. And at the opening of the movie, we see him with his wife, and they're in Paris, and he's talking about how he wants to stay there. And he's a really good scriptwriter, so he makes a lot of money in Hollywood, and of course his wife just wants to go back, and she kind of ignores him. Oh no, you silly, that's ridiculous. He wants to stay in Paris and write a book like the greats did, you know, Hemingway and Gertrude Stein, and Picasso was there in Paris at the same time, Dali. I would recognize the names, Steinway. Yeah, so it was just a remarkable confluence of artists, and I think probably in the world that might be, in the modern world, that would be the most significant concentration, because those people went on to have an amazing effect on society and on the art world, of course. So it's pretty amazing. I don't know when that would have been in relation to I think the First World War would have been over by that point. So it's Paris. Yeah. Paris. And then 1920s, after the First World War, and there was all these artists there, right? I think it was relatively inexpensive at that time. Well, compared to now, obviously.